Once upon a time, in the magical land of Everglades, there lived a little firefly named Flicker. Now, Flicker wasn't like the other fireflies. Oh no. While all the other fireflies loved to fly around at night, shining their little lights and giggling, Flicker preferred staying at home. He liked collecting shiny things. He had bottle caps, marbles, and even a few coins. His favorite, though, was a sparkly pink high-heel shoe. He kept it on top of his dresser and polished it every day with a tiny bit of his magic. You see, fireflies in Everglades had a special power. They could make things shiny with their magic. One day, while polishing his shoe, Flicker heard some sniffling outside. He peeked out his window and saw 3 little mice. One was missing a piece of cheese from her sandwich. Another had crumbs all over his whiskers. And the third had a big gash in his pants. "Oh, what am I gonna do?" cried the mouse in her ripped pants. "My mom's gonna have a fit." Now, normally, this would have been a perfect chance for some fireflies to use their magic to secretly fix the mouse's pants without her knowing. But Flicker had an idea. He flew down to the mice and said, "I know how you can fix your torn clothes and get your things back." The mice looked up at him with big, hopeful eyes. "Really? How?" squeaked the mouse with the crumbs on his whiskers. "Well," said Flicker, "at the fairy godmother's ball tonight, Fairy Hazel will be mending all sorts of torn clothes and broken toys. It's the one night she uses her magic for anything she wants, but tickets are hard to come by. Would you like me to get them for you?" The mice were so excited they could barely squeak. "Oh, thank you, Flicker. That would be wonderful," squeaked the mouse in her ripped pants. "We won't be a bother to you, will we?" asked Flicker. "Not at all," replied the mouse. "We'll be out of your hair before you know it." And off they dashed. Flicker beamed. Finally, a chance to use his magic for something important. But then he got nervous. What if the mice changed their minds and decided to stay? Then he wouldn't be able to polish his shoe. He shook his head. No way was he going to let some silly mice ruin his night. So he flew to the fairy godmother's ball as fast as he could, got the mice their tickets, and then flew home as fast as he could. As soon as he got home, he started polishing his shoe. But after a while, he started to feel a little itchy. He looked down and saw 3 little mice holding on to his shoelaces for dear life. "But how?" he cried. "You're supposed to be at the ball." "We are," squeaked the mouse with the crumbs on his whiskers. "But we couldn't leave without you. We need your help." "Oh, all right," sighed Flicker. He took the shoe off and placed it on the table. "But you 3 better be quick. I only have a few minutes before my magic wears off." The mice went to work. They put the torn pieces of pants back together, mended the holes in the sandwich, and wiped the crumbs off the Whisker Mouse's face. Then they all ran to the bathroom. As the first rays of sunlight came in, their brand new clothes started to shine. The mouse in her pants took one look at her reflection and squealed, "Oh my gosh, you made me beautiful." She turned to the other mice, but they had already dashed out the window. She sighed. Maybe being beautiful wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Just then, Flicker flew in. "All right, shoe," he said. "Let's shine." But then he stopped. The shoe didn't look quite right. He took a closer look and realized the mice had glued some of the beads from his shoe onto the girl's dress. He was so mad. He started to yell, but then he stopped. The shoe still looked pretty sparkly, and besides, The girl looked really happy. He smiled. Maybe helping others wasn't so bad after all.